Imagine that you are a member of Pink Floyd, David Gilmour, in 1975, and you have something on your mind, an itch, a problem, a sense of guilt that is nagging at you. And Roger, your fellow bandmate, feels it too. And you both know what's lurking underneath. The thought of selling out. And who isn't there to experience this success with you? Syd Barrett. You want to create a decent vehicle for an idea. So you write the riff to Wish You Were Here. And together, you and Roger set out to create an album, a tribute, a reckoning, and a conversation with the specter of Syd Barrett. So you create Wish You Were Here. What you don't expect or intend is that you're about to walk through a shadow work process. Access, awareness, processing, integration. This is a process that we can use in order to be able to deal with difficult, stuck emotions, like the guilt or the fear of selling out that they felt at that time. Access is the door, awareness is the glasses, processing is actually moving it through your body, and integration is the celebration. Access as the door. Shine On You Crazy Diamond, parts 1 through 5. It uses sonic language from earlier albums to summon the specter of Syd. And he comes. He actually comes. Syd reportedly visited the studio during the recording. He was unrecognizable. He was overweight. His eyebrows were gone. And it was deeply upsetting to Roger Waters that he didn't actually recognize Syd. But he came. He gave them access to the experience so that the rest of Wish You Were Here could do the rest of the process. Then comes awareness. The problem with awareness is that you can get stuck in it. If the whole album had headed just like Welcome to the Machine and Have a Cigar, you would have drowned in awareness, constantly analyzing and lamenting the conditions we find ourselves in without actually taking responsibility for your role in how you got there. So we see that after we get access with Shine On Your Crazy Diamond, we get 2 songs that are all about awareness. This is the situation that we find ourselves in, Syd. How do we deal with this? And so you even add Roy Harper to sing and act as the proxy for the executive that makes it so that you can feel like you really are selling out, but ultimately it's a deflection. And so then comes the processing. And that is the brilliance of Wish You Were Here. I couldn't even do an analysis on just Wish You Were Here because the album is the process. The real work happens in Wish You Were Here. All the blame falls away. There's no more pointing fingers, just 2 guys asking the questions that they already know the answers to. Did you exchange a walk-on part in the war for a lead role in a cage? Yeah, they did. They have chosen the hot ash. They have chosen the cold comfort. They took the cigar that was offered to them and Have a Cigar. This song is the confessional. And then we reach the last verse, the only chorus that we have in this whole song, and it's stripped down, unprotected. We're just 2 lost souls swimming in a fishbowl year after year. The fishbowl is the recording studio. The fishbowl is fame. The fear is that without Syd, they're just rehashing, running over the same old ground. What have we found? The same old fears are the deterioration of the system, the aversion to authority, and the lamentation of the increasing emotional detachment of themselves and everybody around them. It's not a cry for Syd, it's a cry for themselves, a moment of emotional connection in the face of everything that's missing and everything that they've chosen, the path in which fate has pushed them along on. And then we have the integration. The wind comes in, and with that wind is the honesty. It's wiping away the rest of the processing that happened in Wish You Were Here. The final 4 parts of Shine On You Crazy Diamond carry us home. They are structured, fully instrumental, a fitting farewell. And this is not just to Syd's perspective that they're saying goodbye to, but to the guilt, the remorse, and the fear of never creating something meaningful again. In showing the process, they created something deeply moving. They've paid the emotional toll. They've done the work. They've revealed something deeper than cynicism or detachment. And they've recognized, we wish you were here, but we know you can't be. So they follow fate. Like the theme of Tchaikovsky's 4th Symphony that actually plays faintly at the very beginning on the radio at the beginning of Wish You Were Here. This is a record about struggling against what cannot be changed, but struggling honestly. That's why I believe the album resonates so deeply. Because Wish You Were Here isn't just a song, it's a map for a shadow work process. Access, awareness, processing, integration. Anybody can do it. Even if it isn't easy, it's absolutely worth it. Especially if in doing the process, you make an album like Wish You Were Here. This is Songs from Beyond. I'm Christina Wiltsey. Thanks for watching.